This is Anatomy of Success, and I'm your host, Steve Wohlenhaus. This week, 5 ways to be great about setting boundaries with toxic people. Glad you joined us. Let's get started. Welcome to Anatomy of Success, where each week we talk about my 4 tenets of equanimity. Here for the first time, those are better health, healthy relationships, healthy intimate relationships, and more satisfying work. If we focus on those 4 categories, there's plenty of things we can concentrate on every day that move us in the direction of being proactive and taking action consistent with positive momentum. This helps alleviate anxiety and leads to greater life satisfaction. I promise you that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like the sounds of that. If you prefer to keep us on the go, you can subscribe to our audio podcast for that matter. And then head over to weatherology.com. You'll find the Weatherology mobile app. It's free, and find me under About Us, and our social media accounts are there. Now, over the past year, I have posted several articles and quotes regarding unhealthy individuals. When I share something, it's never done with the intention of seeking validation for my opinion. It's about hearing the thoughts from my amazing LinkedIn community, for instance. Almost unequivocally, people agree toxic individuals need to be eliminated from our sphere of influence to preserve the positive energy associated with personal growth. However, occasionally a good-hearted soul chimes in with compassionate advice aimed at curing the person guilty of blame, outrage, hostility, and negativity. Although I admire their beautiful good nature, serving as a therapist to people who reside in a dark place isn't our responsibility unless we make that decision for whatever reason. Beware, anyone tempted to provide free counseling to troubled souls marinating in negativity run the risk of getting sucked into a vortex of toxicity. We can be kind and compassionate and still set firm boundaries with people we know serve no practical purpose in our attempts to grow. Surrounding ourselves with bothered individuals requires tremendous energy at the expense of focusing on more productive endeavors. Listen, it's your choice, however, to be better at making room for personal growth. Here are 5 ways to set boundaries with toxic people. Identify. By identifying our core values, we clearly understand what guides our decisions, and we refuse to let anything interfere with honoring our principles. I call it our moral compass. It's hard to cultivate purpose in life without having direction. Once we identify what we truly stand for, we won't tolerate distractions in our efforts to create a purposeful life. It's hard to drag toxic people on that journey. I suggest you don't. Firm. It's difficult for many of us to be firm. We are good-hearted, and saying no feels foreign, and creating space may feel uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels like we are doing something wrong. It's hard for people at work to set firm boundaries, especially with the gossips that can't get enough of circulating rumor innuendo. However, making it clear we don't participate in third-party conversations is imperative for preventing ourselves from getting pulled into that cesspool. I would rather be the lone wolf than waste precious time having meaningless conversations. Limit. We can't fly with the eagles if we run with the turkeys, folks, each and every day. It's our human desire to fit in that compels us to fraternize with bottom feeders, unfortunately. We know the damage our efforts to grow. However, no matter how you appease toxic tendencies, these people can never be trusted. Imagine what they say about you when you're not present. We need to limit our contact with negative people that are never satisfied. In our social circle, it's really easy to walk away, and our families not so much so, but we got to get good at it. Cautious. Social media is a toxic dump if we choose to lose self-control. Choosing to engage in every politicized argument or offering our opinion on controversial posts may seem fulfilling. However, we leave a digital trail of evidence that can be very negative. I choose positive every time. We will never win an argument with somebody that has strong opinions and no emotional intelligence either, let alone try to encourage them to think critically. It just doesn't work, so it's a waste of time. Let's not get pulled into those meaningless conversations. Decide. We ultimately need to decide, are we going to spend our time attempting to convert people that are wounded and direct their animus at us? I understand it feels right sometimes to intercede with love and compassion or set boundaries and make our point, but we got to be stronger than that and resist the temptation for temporary satisfaction in favor of the long-term goals we have. I prefer to leave the fixing to the professionals. My experience with toxic people, they pull you in, don't take the bait, let's stay strong and move in the direction of setting those firm boundaries we talked about today. There's 5 things we can do to help separate ourselves from toxic people, and I hope and pray you take this advice because it will become critical on your journey toward success. I'm Steve Wohlenhaus. This is Anatomy of Success. Until next week, let's stay focused, let's stay positive, and let's stay optimistic.